Hope it's visible, right? Okay, so yesterday there were some assignments which I have given. So is that done? Creating tabs, creating objects for the I mean, creating objects and creating tabs for that specific object, and then creating application. There are three works which I have given yesterday. So is that, are you facing any doubts? Like, are you facing any issues in creating those components? Is it clear or anything else would you like to discuss? So try to create and see, okay, in case if you are not done, okay, try to create and see. That will really help you to learn something. Okay, so let me go to login into salesforce.com. Login.salesforce.com. This is the one I think we have signed up. Okay, so this is what we have done yesterday. So in today's session, right, we will create these fields: name, phone, email, specialty, address. We will create all those things. So let's go to object manager. The object name is trainers, right? So search for trainers. So if you go inside the trainers object, you can see the details of that specific object. Okay, these are the information about the object. If you want to give any description, yes, please populate this description. This will help the developers to understand, um, to define this object, why we have created it. Okay, and here you can see there is an option called fields and relationships, right? Fields and relationships. So the this is the place where we can create the fields. Okay. So here by default you can see there are four fields which is by default available, right? So created by, modified by, owner name, and then trainer name. So by default, whichever the object you will create, by default this field will get come automatically. Okay. So now we'll create custom fields. Okay. So already name is there, so no need to create again. And next we'll create phone, email, specialty, and then address. Okay. For phone field, select next, and then here you can see there are so many list of data types available. Okay, and here you can see there is a phone option, right? There is a phone option. Okay, so you can try to match with the existing data type which it looks here, and then select next. Okay, so you can give the label for that specific field. You can give mobile number or phone number. Okay, and this is the button. If you just highlight this one, that field will become mandatory number. I mean mandatory field. Okay, so next, save. So now we'll just launch the application which we have created yesterday. So just launch the application. So just select new. Here you can see, right? So this is by default it is available. So and this is the mobile number field which we have created now. What else it is there? email we will create. Okay, email specialty and then address. So select new. For email itself, we have one dedicated data type called email, and then we can give email. Okay, so this time you can see there is a additional option, right? So this is not mandatory option, but if you really want, you can highlight this one. So by highlighting this one here, directly it is given the option. So do not allow duplicates. If you already have some trainer name with the same email ID, again you cannot able to enter the same email ID. It will handle the uniqueness of that specific values. Okay, select next. And don't worry about any options for now. Okay, next, and then save. Mm, already the email field on trainer. Okay, I think I have given save twice, that's why. Okay, so just cancel it, we'll get to know already the email field is created, right? And then next one is email and then specialty, right? Specialty, how we can create is we can create some pick list values. Okay, we can create pick list values. This I think not needed. So specialty, what we can do is, mm, so say that this is your specialty field. Okay, so in this field we can give list of options, like they can choose whichever they need, like Java, .NET, Salesforce, right? SAP. They can we can give multiple options. Let them choose whatever they need. Okay, pick list. Right, next. So here, yes, specialty. Okay, so here you can enter the values. Salesforce, SAP, DevOps. So whichever the option that you have, you can give it here and select next. Next. So this time instead of save, I'll give save and new. Okay, if you give save and new, again it will ask you to create one data type. So address, right? Address, here you can have three types of text areas. So that is four types of text data type are there. The first text data type, okay, which is like it will allow the users to enter the combination of all the digits, like they can enter numbers, they can enter alphabets, they can enter special symbols, they can use all those things. Next one is text area long. Okay, so in text area long, I mean text area. Okay, so text area means it will give like two columns, two rows. It will give two rows, and where you can fill the kind of a description. Text area long also will looks like text area, but the difference is it can occupy only 255 characters, but it can occupy some 130K characters. Okay. So text area rich. Okay. Additionally, you can add images, links, text. You can use like a small text editor itself. Okay. So for address, I think text area is sufficient to fill the address. Okay. So address, next, next, save. Okay, so for now, whatever here it is, okay, I just created till this. If you want to add any additional rows, yes, as per your direction, as per your suggestion, I'm ready to create, but you have to come up with the inputs. Okay, if you are coming up with the inputs, yes, I can explain you the additional options, whatever it is there. Okay, so here again you can select new. You can it will take little time to fetch from the server. Okay, so let it come. Okay, so far to create one, two, three, four, we have seen four type of data types called phone data type, email data type, pick list data type, and then text area data type. So any doubts in this data type? Is it clear so far? So let me know if you have any doubts in these data types. Hope it's clear, right? Okay. So similarly, hope uh, some of you might have created this candidate object. If not created, we will create it now. Okay. So if you want to create object, go to setup, object manager, create new custom object, candidate. Okay. So candidates, and then just directly save it. Don't worry about anything. Okay. So now we will create fields for candidates. Okay, this is a candidate object. We will create fields for candidates. So candidate name is already there. Phone, email, fees, right? Same thing. If you want to create phone, select the data type here. Okay, give phone or mobile or something, however you want. You can indicate it. Save and new. And what next? Email, and third one is fees. Email, without any delay, we can directly create email data type. So if you want to make it unique. If you want mandatory, you can make it mandatory. Save and new. And the next one, fees. So fees denotes it's a type of some currency involved in this, right? So if any currency involved, okay, you have a data type called currency. Next, mm, fees, right? And then so the total length of the fees, okay, that you can enter till 18. Definitely 18 digit fees I'm not going to take from the candidates, right? Maximum I can take 5. 5 I'll just give for a rough figure, and then the decimal points must be 2. Okay. So and then next save. Okay. So far we have created these fields, right? So is that clear, or anything else would you like to ask in this? So we have created an object. Now we need to include the tab in the application, right? We have not done anything. If you just review the application, it will not be there. Candidates will not be there. So you have to go to setup. First, create tabs. Okay. First, create tabs. New candidate. You can use any one of this. Next, next, and I don't want this top. is this one in all the applications. I just want to select in the specific application. Okay, I don't want to include in any application. So just select that application. Okay, it's done. Also, you can just check whether it is included in your app launcher. I mean, app manager. So training management, here it is. Edit. Go to navigation items. It's already included. Okay. So since it's already included, you don't need to add it. So go to this place, just refresh. You can see it got included, right? So now you got two objects. One is trainers, another one is candidate. So now we'll create some example trainers. So new, so trainer name, right? Some trainer names and mobile number, right? And then email ID, and then specialty, right? Address, okay? And then, so if you click save, record will get included, right? So I'll just give one more trainer name, mobile number, okay? And then email ID, and then specialty. He will take Java, okay? And address, save it, okay? So if you want additionally, yes, you can include and you can add the record like this. Here you can see the list of trainers, right? So now you came to know how to create fields, right? So fields are clear, or any doubts in the fields, or anything would you like to clarify?
Hello.
Yeah, yeah,
I have one doubt in pick
sure.
list data type. Can we modify the pick list value after field creation? Like if I want to add new specialty, so
No
can we
problem.
modify
Yeah,
that?
yeah, yeah, we can do that. So for that, again, you need to go to the object manager and again search for trainers and go to fields and relationships. This is the specialty, right? So select edit. One second. So just click that specialty and here existing values are there. Okay. If you want to reorder, yes, that is also possible. If you want to replace any values, that is also possible. If you want to add new values, yes, that also we can do it. Suppose say that I'm having some new technology, some other technologies like Cbel, and then I have some other technologies, Android, okay, and then save. So now if you try to refresh this page, you can see the additional values. Okay, so I hope it's clear, right? This is what your question, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
no problem. Okay, so hope there is no issues in creating the fields. So what I request is, okay, so go to the object, okay, select new. Here you have so many data types, right? Ignore about these data types. Formula, lookup, master detail external. Even if you want to ignore auto number, you can ignore it. Okay, I'll just teach you auto number right now itself. So ignore all these data types. Apart from this, these are all straightforward data types. Okay, you can directly create and check it out. Okay, so try all those data types as per your knowledge. Okay, in case um, if you want to implement any data type, if you have any suggestions, you can give it to me. I'll just also create and I'll show it to you. For example, if you ask me, I want to store some other numbers. Okay, so if I'm storing other number or PAN number or social security number, right? So in record it would be visible to others, but that should not be a case, right? So on that case, here we have one data type called text encrypted. Okay, so text encrypted will show only last four digits, will show last four digits with only asterisk symbols, or first four digits can be hidden, can be masked letter. Okay, so that kind of values also we can store it. So if you just come up with your inputs, I'll just tell you that. So how exactly you want to do that? Okay, so basic data types I have already told you. Similarly, you can create the data types for others. Okay, now, so here one auto number is we can include. So auto number here itself, if you read this one, right, you can easily get to know a system generated sequence number that uses a display format you define. Okay, this number is automatically incremented for each and every record. So where we can use the auto number, so for example, I can give an example. When you're generating employee IDs, you can use auto number. When you're generating any invoice, you can use auto number. When you're generating any work orders, you can involve auto number. Okay. So wherever you need automatic numbers, you can involve this auto number data type. For example, if I'm hiring any trainer, okay, I want to assign some trainer ID. It's a kind of employee ID. Okay, trainer ID. Okay, so I'll just give it as so example. So if you select this, what is this? You will get to know what are the formats that we can display format that we can give it. Okay, these are many display formats that we have. You can just explore one by one. You will get to know. Mm, so here. So employee ID, I want to give something like this. Okay. And I must be having 1 lakh, not 10,000 employees or 1 lakh employees. I will not be having more than that. I am damn sure with that. Okay. So in this case, I can use like this, and starting number should be 1. Okay. Suppose say that if you already have some directors or chairmen in your org, you really don't need to generate. Suppose in case if you don't want to generate the ID numbers for that specific persons, you can start directly from 2. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so I am just starting from 1, and here you can see there is a option called generate auto number for existing records. That means here you can see already there are 2 trainers are there. For these 2 trainers at present we don't have any trainee IDs, I mean trainer IDs, right? So in that case, if you want to generate trainer IDs for them, you need to highlight this option. For existing records also, IDs will get allocated. Okay. So next, save. Okay. So let it allocate. We can see it will allocate for sure. So edit. If you want to modify anything, you can give it. So here you can see already it got allocated, right? It will display here, but it will take little time. See here it got allocated. So hope it's clear, right?
I have one question.
Sure.
So suppose if we copy that trainer ID and just search, uh, do a master search, like can like it show the error, that record? Will it show that
Hmm.
record?
Yes. Let me show you a small demonstration on that.
Okay.
So for that, we need to do some configuration. Let me search it. Show more results. Okay, so we need to do some configuration. As of now, if you search any names, okay, it will give.
Mm-hmm.
So here, when you type, you can see it's giving some trainers directly. But IDs, it's a randomly generated number. If you want to include in this search, we need to do some configuration. We need to work with that.
Okay.
Okay. So maybe in future, like we have some topics, we can see that one. So for this is the um, basic information to create the fields. Okay, so kickstart and kickstart with your development activities and start creating these fields and all whatever I have teach so far. And so what we can do additionally we can learn today is, let me go to trainers. Okay, so here only trainer name is there. I want to see some additional fields. Okay, so if you select this one, this is called list views. Okay, this views are nothing but list views. Okay, if you select all, you can see list of all the trainers. Okay, but still only name field is getting displayed, but we have so many fields inside the trainer, right? So along with the name, I want to display some other. So suppose say that, so I want to display some list views which along with trainer name, I want to display trainer email ID and then trainer ID. Okay, and then specialty. So I want to display all those things in the front page instead of selecting this record and I'm identifying all this option. Instead, I want to see all those things in the front page itself. Okay, those modification is nothing but list view. Okay, so this is by default standard list view has Salesforce given, that is called all. So like this, if you want to create any custom list views also, you have an option to create it. Okay, so first we'll manipulate the standard list view. So here you can see there is a list view controls button, settings button. Okay, so here you can see select fields to display. Okay, and here you can include whichever it's required, you can include and specialty. So, and you can even rearrange. Okay, even you can rearrange. Okay, so whenever you select all list view, okay, whenever you select all list view, you will get like this. Okay, so hope list views is clear. And if you want to create your customized list view, okay, so if you want to create any customized list view, here you can see one new button. Select new. I want to see Salesforce trainers. Okay, So this is one kind of use case. I want to see Salesforce trainers, and this list view should able to see only by you or all users from this org, or there are some specific users from this org who is having some groups. Okay, so groups concept maybe we can cover later. For now, select this all users. Okay, so what exactly are filter criteria? We need to see only the trainer whose specialty is Salesforce. Okay, display the trainer info whose specialty is Salesforce. Okay, so here you can add, remove all the filters and add it. Your new filter name, you can just name any filters. Okay, so what exactly the filter criteria? The specialty, right, equals Salesforce, right? Specialty equals Salesforce, and then save it. It got saved, right? And we can add some other actions. So select fields to display, select the email ID, and then trainer ID, also the specialty. Okay, so I'll just keep trainer ID at the top. Okay, so trainer ID at the top. So now you can see the only list, okay, whose specialty is Salesforce. Okay, so if you try to create, um, suppose say that you have an option to clone any records, I can clone it. Here you can see there is an option to clone your record. So clone, okay, I'll just type some other names. So Ravi's specialty is also Salesforce. Save it. So now when you click trainers, okay, so by default it is showing recently viewed list view. Here you can see Salesforce trainers and then all. When you click all, you can see the trainers with all specialties and all the records, because we don't have any filter criterias here. But when you select Salesforce trainers, you can see only the trainers whose specialty is Salesforce. So if you want to pin this, yes, you can keep it like this. So whenever you navigate to that specific object, you can see the default display as your pinned display. Okay. So far list view is clear, or any questions in list view? If you have any questions, yes, you can ask your question in list view. So list view is clear, right? Okay. So let me go to candidates. Okay, so in candidates, I want to create some more fields. Okay, I'll just create the fields. Okay, the first field is, so here I'm introducing one more option to directly get into the object manager. Okay, every time you will go here, you will select setup, right? And then you will choose the object manager like this. So instead, okay, so right now I have selected candidates. Okay, and here you can see there is a edit object button. So if you select that one, it will directly take you to the object level. And then here you can create the fields. So I'm just introducing some new fields here. So the new fields are two pick list. Okay, one pick list name is mm, okay, state. So there are some states randomly I will enter. Okay, um, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and then Kerala. Okay, and then select next, next, save. So I have a pick list called state. Okay, and I'll create one more pick list. Okay, so that pick list name is cities. So here in Karnataka, I know two cities called Bangalore, Mysore. Okay, in Tamil Nadu, I know some cities called Chennai and then Coimbatore. In Kerala, I know some cities called Cochin and then Ernakulam. Right? If anything is wrong, please let me know. So next, save. So now, when I try to create any candidates, okay, when I try to create any candidates, okay, suppose if I'm choosing Karnataka, okay, irrespective of state, I can see all the values, right? So if I choose like this is not a correct one, right? So even if I choose like this is not a correct one. Even if I choose like this is not a correct one, right? So we need to create the dependency between the states and cities, okay? So the concept of creating dependency between the fields is nothing but the topic called or option called field dependency. Okay, we have an option called field dependency where you can create the dependencies between two fields. Okay, so if you want to create dependency, you need to go to the object. Okay, and then so there itself you can see there is an option called field dependency, right? Field dependency. So select, okay, and then select new. So what exactly you want to choose as a controlling field and what exactly you want to choose the dependent field. So controlling field here it must be states. Okay. So because based on the state only we need to choose the cities. Okay. So dependent field would be cities and then continue. So here you can see by default which are the values is there in the controlling field. It's came on the top. Okay, so which are the values is there in the dependent field? It's came at the bottom like a second row. So now under Karnataka, so if you take these two values will come. So you can just select it. Okay, you can use control to do multi-select. If you press control button, you can do multi-select. Okay, and then here you have an option called include values. Just select it. Okay, you can see there is a color changed. So that means under KA we can select this two cities, and under TN again these two cities under KL this would be the two cities. Select the include values. Okay, once your selection is completed, select save. Okay, so now we'll just try and we'll see what exactly we are getting. So similar way, I'll create one more time. So now this time you can see this is completely locked, right? You cannot even select without selecting this state because the control of cities is with the state field. So if you select any cities, right? So based on the state, I mean if you select any states, based on the state, your cities will get display. Why it's not at game? It will come. Okay, don't worry, it will come. Okay, so it's game, right? So if you choose KA, you can see only two cities. If you select KL, you can see only two cities, right? If you select TN, you can see only two cities. Okay, so this concept is called field dependency. Okay, so is it clear or you have any other question on this? So let me know if you have any other question on this we can discuss. So far we have seen just a quick recap. Okay. So in today's session we have covered about how to create fields, right? Okay. So while creating fields, okay, we have covered some important concepts, how to make a field as required. Okay. So what is the answer for this? What is the answer for this? Any idea? So while creating a field
We
itself,
need to
right?
check the mandatory.
Correct. So you can select the option called required. So it will make your field as mandatory. So how to handle duplicates, right? How to handle duplicates. You have an option. Duplicates you cannot handle in all the fields. It would be uh, data type specific. Okay, it would be specific to the data type. So for example, when we create an email, you can see there is an option called unique. By using that we can handle the duplicates of the specific field. Okay, so while creating the field we have seen these things. Okay, also um, we have seen list views, right? Also in list views, we have seen two types. Let me go to that pane. So in list views, you can able to see there are two types. One is standard, okay, and one is custom, right? So standard list views, which is already there given by Salesforce. For example, in custom object, they are given a standard list view called all and then recently viewed. Okay, so by default filters as applied to this list view. Okay, if you want to customize the standard list view, yes, you have an option to customize. Okay, or else if you want to create a new customized list view, you can create a new customized list view. So that is how we have created a new list view called um, Salesforce trainers, right? So for a list view, it's clear, right? And then we have seen one use case, that is how to display the Salesforce trainer. In that, how to add the fields and in which option we can use the list view. We have covered all those things, right? And then in field dependency, okay, we have created a field dependency between states and cities, right? So what is field dependency? Like if you want to control a specific field based on the another field, based on the another pick list or another field. So that means it is a field dependency. So example is we have covered like how to display the cities based on the states, right? Hope so far it's clear, right? So any other questions on this? So if you're not understanding anything or if you want to repeat anything, yes, I can do that. No, right? Hope it's clear. Okay. And
Hello.
yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yes. So can we store images as well or
We
pictures?
can store images. So if you see there is a data type called a rich text, right? So in rich text, you can add images, links, everything. Apart from rich text, okay, we have one more field called formula. So you can give the link for the image in this formula. It will display the image. Okay, that is also one more option. So two options. Within a field, you can store the image. Okay, you can just try this data type on your own. You will get to know how to create it. It would be pretty straightforward. And formula, we can cover it in tomorrow's session. Maybe if possible, we can cover that example.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, yeah, no problem. And for example, mm, right. For example, suppose I will get a use case that mm, okay, I'll create a new data type here. The data type is text area we have already created, right? I'll create text area long. Okay. So it is not like that I have to create text area long. I can just create text area also for this. What I am trying to create is I want to create a field called candidates candidates what exactly it would be amped. Okay, I want to create a feedback called reason for joining. Okay, reason for joining this course. Okay, or anything, reason for joining this course or reason for joining, or if doesn't make any sense. Okay, so you can just suggest me anything, I can change according to that. For now, just keep it reason for joining. So the purpose I'm creating this field because here you can see there is a option called default value. Okay, there is a option called default value. So suppose within single quotes, okay, within single quotes, right? If I'm populating anything like please fill this description or uh, fill please fill this reason field. Okay, So along with that, you have lots of functionalities. Okay, so in tomorrow's session, I will explain you so many functionalities. I'll just insert the function called today. Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm just inserting the function called today. And this is just, yeah, um, text which is there in the between the single quotes. Okay, I'll just check the syntax. Just q plus. Okay, let's take out this. Let me cover it this one by today. Okay, I mean tomorrow. So just check the syntax. So here you can see there is no syntax. So select next, next, and then save it. Okay. So if you are populating something in the default, right? When you try to create new record, still it is not populating. 1 second. It will come. So when you're trying to populate any new records, right? By default, that value will get populated here. So let's check one more time. 1 second, be on the line. Okay, so now if you see this one, right? So this one you're not populated. Okay, so by default, there is a default value field, right? So this default value field, this one, this default value field, it's automatically fetching from the backend and it will get populated automatically. Okay, so whenever you create new record, you can see that one. It will come automatically, right? Okay. So this will come only whenever you try to create new record. Okay, suppose say that you are created this field right now. Already some records are there. If you check that you want to populate over there, it will not be possible. Okay, so it can be populated only after, like when you try to create new record, it will get populated. Okay. So hope this default value option is clear. Default value, and here you can see there is a visible lines, right? So visible lines in the sense, so this is line 1, this is line 2, and this is line 3. So by default visible line is 3. Okay, this indicates the space of that specific, it indicates the space, I mean, only if you are having n number of lines, only 3 lines will be visible by default. In case if you are changing it to 4, okay, here you can see instead of 3 lines you can see 4 lines. That is the reason that visible lines is given here. Okay, so is it clear? So that's all for today's session. Let me know if you have any questions. So any questions or anything would you like to clarify?
Hello.
Yes, yes.
Can we use more than two fields in field dependency, or there
More
would be only
than
two
two
fields?
fields. No, only two you can do that.
Okay.
So you want to control based on
Like
one
for
field, you want to control two additional fields like that?
yes, yes,
No,
correct.
it's not possible. Okay, so that is why Salesforce has given the programmatic development. So out of box tools, if you are not able to achieve the requirement, you need to go for a programmatic development. There you can do everything.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Anything else? Okay, so let me take it as no. Okay, so whichever we have